Welcome back to Our Community. Susie Thomas visiting with Officer Lamar Sharp from the Canton Police Department and from Be a Better Me Foundation. And Lamar, you had indicated a little while back that you had a point in your life where you had to make a decision. Which way were you going to go?
Yes.
Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yes. I growing up in Akron, grew up Joy Park, and we basically, there was a lot of gangs around, and there was a lot of bad things going around. So you had to make a decision and say, I'm so blessed to have a mom like I have, because she made sure she did the best she could, and she made sure, like, I seen her struggle. There was times where, you didn't know where your meal was going to come from, but she was working extremely hard to make sure that we had everything we needed. And, and it's so, when you live through that, and then you look on the outside and you see maybe a drug dealer who has nice clothes and jewelry, nice cars, and money in his pocket. That's very it can be very tempting.
Yes.
And I had to make a decision on what I wanted to do with myself, and I decided that I wanted to be something. I wanted to do something with my life. I didn't want to have to look over my shoulder. And I got myself into sports. I did good in school, and I got me a scholarship, and I went away.
You went to college. Where'd you go?
University of Kansas.
Oh,
Yeah.
How from Akron did you pick University of Kansas?
I really crafted my brand athletically. And when I was getting recruited by football, I got recruited by almost every school in the country except for a couple. And so I got the chance. Constantly recruiters coming and knocking on your door, and it was an amazing experience. And everybody wanted me to
kind of a heady experience for like a 17-year-old kid.
Oh yeah, it was amazing, and and that was my first time ever getting on a plane.
Wow.
It's because I'm getting recruited.
Yes.
And that's what I'm saying. And it opened up so many different doors for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I wish we'll you know what? Go to our Facebook page. I'll make sure that there's a photo there.
Okay. I love photos.
Because you look like a football player. We'll just say that.
Yeah.
So then you didn't stay out there. You came back to Canton. Why?
Yes, I came back to Canton. You start a family. So I had a chance to go play over in Europe, but at that point it was kind of like, I'm a family guy. I'm all about my family. So I stayed here, and I said, well, you got to get yourself to work. And I still kind of play football a little bit. I played, I tried out for the Browns, got cut. That's a whole different story.
That's all right.
That's all right. They always cut their best players.
But they always cut their best players. That's historically.
That's right. So
yet another mistake that they made.
Exactly. So I played arena football for the Canton Legend.
Cool.
Yeah. And so, I just stay here, and I wanted to raise my family.
And then during that, were you still serving in the police force while you were doing that, or did that come later?
Well, actually, the Browns was before I became a police officer. And then when I was a police officer, oh my goodness, I was 30 years old, and I was playing arena football with the Legends, and I was the oldest guy on the team.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So you're taking all your football knowledge and you're sharing it now with the next generation as a coach.
Yes.
Coaching. What do you tell them? What do you want them to be able to take away from this experience more than anything else?
Enjoy the moment, and with the economy, a lot of, if your situation is like mine, my mom couldn't afford to send me to school. She couldn't afford to send my brothers and sisters to school. So I had to find another way. And one of the ways was, okay, do my sports, and along with sports, forced me to be good in school.
Yes.
And get good grades. So then it kind of was those three came together, and I say, and here's the thing, a lot of times, I hate to say this, but I do tell kids this, it's that sometimes when you go to colleges and you're playing sports, they're kind of using you. So in return, you got to kind of use them to get your education. So, so in return, work hard, be the best you can be, and a lot, I think too with sports taught me self-discipline. It taught me how to get up early in the morning, get up and go every day, because I see guys who decide they don't want to go to practice. And it's kind of like, if you can't go to practice, it kind of carries over into sometimes when you get a career or a job, and it's like, I'm not going today. I don't feel like it. But on the days I didn't feel like going to practice, I got up and went. And it kind of trained and molded me, because I go to school, I go to work every day.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Yeah,
every single day.
Every day.
What a concept.
Every day.
It's fascinating, though, to see where you are now. And I've heard you say the word family, I don't know how many times today.
Yes.
Family is very important to you.
Yes.
So you saw the example that your mother gave for you. What does that do to instill in you to be the best father, best husband and father and dad you can be?
Oh, yes. I have a daughter who's, she's in the Air Force.
Wow.
She's my baby girl. And, and I look at my children, and you give them, and a lot of times as parents, you do things for your children and they don't understand why. And they can kind of get like, oh, mom, dad, they just, But then as they get older, like my oldest daughter, she'll come up like, Dad, I understand now. And that's huge. That's huge. And that's the things that I went through the same thing. Like, my mom is tripping. What's she doing? and now I understand.
Later on.
Yeah, later on, I understand now, because she wants me to be the best I can be, and she wants to keep me safe at the same time. So sometimes I tell my kids, no, I don't think you should go there. And they're like, well, why? And I'm like, because I just don't think you should.
Yeah.
Let's just go with that.
It will make sense later.
Yeah. And then sometimes, heaven forbid, something happens, and I say, I told you,
I imagine they didn't try to get away with too much, though. Being who Dad is.
They know. They like, that's Detective Daddy is what they call
right.
me.
That's right. And in any family, the influence of the father is so important, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And talk about that a little bit.
I see a lot of families where you don't see any males around, and it's heartbreaking, because a lot of kids are just reaching out they want that father figure. I see so many different kids who run up and hug me, and they just they embrace me, because that's what they're yearning for. And a lot of times I try to when I talk to moms and the parents, I say, listen, if you have an issue, or you just say you and Dad didn't work out, that's okay. That's okay. That's fine. However, your common goal should be that the children, and you should work together and make that work. Whatever you need to do to make that work, because if you try to cut Dad out, you're going to have problems later.
Yeah.
Because and the thing is too, especially with a lot of kids, if they don't get that father figure at home, guess where they go? To the gangs, to the streets to get that father figure. And then you have a child that's out of control, and sometimes you can't bring that child back. So that's why I say, listen.
So you're saying that if they feel that love and acceptance and sense of belonging in their family, they won't seek for it at other places.
Exactly.
So interesting. You do talk, right, around the community, and
yes.
you will talk to young people.
Oh, yes.
Your main message to them is what?
You can do and be whatever it is you choose to be.
Wow.
But I try to also promote anybody can be bad. It's so easy to be bad. We need more positive people, and that's what I always be positive. Be that beacon of light where somebody will look at you and be like, oh, you know what? I want to be like that.
How does someone get you to talk to their group?
Oh, well, I get emails at work. I get constant emails at work. I know my supervisor, my chief, they always constantly get emails, and they just kind of pass it on to me, and I just go, yes, sir, I'm on it.
You're something of a local celebrity, really.
I hear that a lot. I hear that a lot, and that's weird for me.
Yeah. But seriously, so people can contact you through the police department, and they can get you to come speak to their group or organization.
Yes, a lot of people try to contact me on on my Facebook page. Sometimes that's good, but honestly, I get 35 to 40 messages a day.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's
hard to keep up
Yeah,
with.
it's very hard to keep up with. Where my work email, I'm required to look at that every day.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's
Well, you have asked for
yeah,
it.
that's probably the easiest way.
Okay.
Right.
That sounds like too easy, too accessible.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. It's so cool. All right. Before you go though, we want to know a little bit more about Be a Better Me Foundation.
Okay.
Is this something that it's an organization that meets, or this is particularly raising funds to be able to find needs and fill them? Or what's your dream, what's your goal, and where would you like to be 5 years from now with it?
Well, we have a board. We have an actual board, and my board is amazing. And what we do is, like I said, we're in a process right now where we try to really give back in the community. Actually, right now, we're going to give away 3 $500 scholarships to 11th, 12th graders, kids that just graduated. We're in the process of doing that here within the next, should be this week.
That's awesome.
And also we're giving away, we also have 3 scholarships to Heritage Christian. We're going to give those away. We just we try to promote the city and try to give back and strengthen this community, and that's our ultimate goal.
How are you identifying recipients for those scholarships? People new to apply, or and what characteristics are you looking for?
Well, one of the scholarships that we give away is it's a high school kid who does community service. And that to us, that shows that you care about your community. Sometimes you might have to require because you need college and stuff. But there's some kids that just really love doing it, and they're good at it. And it's they're that beacon of light when they're there, and everybody loves them. So it's like, you know what? Let's reward them.
So it's like they would be doing this even if no one were watching.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you're watching for those kind of people.
Yeah. And we're still in the process of putting together how we're going to actually give out, because we have an actual board meeting coming up. So we're going to get together and actually finalize how we're going to do it. But we do so many other different things. We had an Easter egg hunt.
Neat.
Malone University, they're amazing. They just opened their arms to our foundation.
Nice.
We had a great turnout. We give away Christmas toys. Last year we gave over 500 Christmas toys.
Oh my goodness.
To kids in Kansas City schools. Man.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah, we gave over 115 Christmas coats last year. To not just the kids, but to families.
Wow. So people hear you, and they're going to want to be a part of this. So how do we keep on top of it? You'll be announcing things. You use social media to say, here's what we're going to do next.
I'm always using social media. I'll use social media, and I'm constantly posting things on social media saying this is what's happening. And I mean, our community is so amazing. They're right on it. I mean, as soon as I post it, you can see messages coming in. And like, hey, I have these book bags for you, or I have I'm dropping money off here, and I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and it's awesome.
I'm going to follow you right now. Okay, first off, though, August 19th, the Kresge lot, the green space in Market Square.
Yes.
School supplies, book bags, fun family day. That's the next thing on your docket, right?
That's the next thing.
Lamar Sharp from Canton Police Department and from Be a Better Me Foundation. Thank you so much for what you're doing in our community.
This was awesome.